Good day, everybody. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some more Warpforge. And this is going to be quite a short video. I'm going to give you some of my opinions on the patch. I think it's a little bit too late, but not too late, but a little bit late. But yeah, it's been a pretty busy 2 weeks, so I really wasn't able to do much about that. But right now, I do also want to voice my concerns with what is going on. Now, overall, with the Tau, I'm not really a big Tau player, so can't say much about this. I did enjoy the Space Wolf nerfs. Some people said that they needed more nerfs. I'm definitely not sure about that because we don't really want the faction to die. That's all I'm going to say. I think these nerfs mostly hit where it was necessary. It hit the Space Wolves' unending removal, as well as some problematic key cards, which are basically all listed here, like Rolf and Fenrisian Drop Pod and Grey Hunter Pack Leader and so on. The only one I didn't really like was Tirnak and Fenrir, because I think removing their stealth and giving them camouflage while still keeping the cost nerf they gave it in the last patch is too much. I think they're kind of made this card unplayable. I guess it's okay considering it's an extra card that you just get and doesn't take the deck space, but still I think that they went a little bit too far when it comes to Tirnak and Fenrir. Now, this is where the problem starts, and this is where what I want to be discussing. So let's start from the Sautekh Dynasty, actually. So, damaged Hexmark, lowered health from 5 to 4, and changed description to Remnant, Destroyer, Artifice, attacks a random enemy with the lowest health. So, this is extremely weird for me, for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think that this destroyer and attacking the enemy with the lowest health, what I'm not getting this actually, because it's a very kind of a nasty nerf, because of the destroyer it always attacks a target it can kill, right? And now it always attacks the target with the lowest health. Now that means that sometimes even when it can deal free damage to cards that have 0 ranged attack, it's still gonna have attack something else that has maybe lower health, even if it can't kill it, because I think that's a pretty stupid nerf, honestly. I don't think it was necessary at all. And also the health was changed from 5 to 4. Then Immortal Pride also increased from cost from 6 to 7. Now, you might think, yeah, but those two cards were problematic. Yes, they were. But you know what? You want to guess where they were problematic? They were problematic in Skirmish, because if you've seen some of my Imotech videos, you would have known that it was a problem. Yes, Imotech playing the double Immortal Pride, double Conquering Tyrant in Skirmish was pretty toxic, and Damaged Hexmark was also extremely toxic in Skirmish because it could kind of one-shot you on turn 3 or something. Now, both of those cards were extremely problematic in Skirmish, but not in Classic, right? In Classic, Immortal Pride was barely played, maybe sometimes on very specific decks, I would say, maybe on Imotech, but now nobody's gonna play it because 7 energy for 1 armor and do nothing on that turn is too much. Even 6 is questionable. It was extremely strong when it used to be 5 cost, but at 7 is just unplayable. So basically what they did was that they nerfed the card because of Skirmish, and as a result they made it unplayable in Classic, but it's still going to be playable in Skirmish, by the way, which is a funny thing to me, because instead of turn 2 you're now going to get it on turn 3. On turn 2 you could just play Conquering Tyrant, and if you have Divination of Men here, you might still get it on turn 2. So yeah, pretty much what they did is they nerfed it for Classic, but they killed it for Skirmish. So say they nerfed it for Skirmish, but they ended up killing it for Classic instead. With Damaged Hexmark, again, I think the easy way out to nerf this card was just to ban it from Skirmish altogether. Why the hell would you do this? Because now it's never going to be played in any deck anymore. I don't see anybody playing this. Maybe Ramatek can pull something off with this, but he also needs to use his ability on it now. So again, I think that the problem here is that both of these changes are targeted towards Skirmish, but what they're going to do is they're going to harm Classic quite a bit, because it's going to harm deck building even more, because you're going to have even less ways of building your deck now. Same goes for Adepta Sororitas, honestly. Now, about the first 2 changes, I do not mind. I've been saying that these 2 cards were bloated as hell. I'm not sure if 6 faith is fair though. Maybe they should have at least dropped it to 5 or something. But yeah, Sacred Rose and Idolite were both a little bit bloated for what they did. Adelaide is still gonna be pretty good. It's still gonna be pretty usable because of that ability to just give you faith for each enemy unit, and it's still gonna get it chilled if you have 6 faith. So I think she's still pretty good. Sacred Rose is probably gonna be more questionable. Now, again, the problem starts when you go below. First of all, Hallowed Martyrs from 4 to 5. I don't even know who asked for this. Hallowed Martyrs is just a very bad design overall. It's a type of a card that when you use it against certain matchups, it's going to be an automatic win. Well, not almost always, but quite often. While in certain matchups, it's going to require not that impactful. So just increasing it in cost, I don't know why that was done, but never mind that. The main issue that we have is right here again with Erika, right? So they removed her stun, but they also nerfed the second part of her ability. Why? I don't get it. Erika was one of the weakest warlords when she was released, and now she's gonna be even weaker than she was when she was released because now her ability needs Fire Faith to just deal 2 additional damage. Really? Like, even when it used to cost 3 Faith, it was still not good. She only became powerful after they added the stun to her. So I really don't know why they did this as well. This also seems like a change tailored towards Skirmish, because again, the 2 of the most powerful warlords, most probably in Skirmish, were Erika and Sautekh. At least when I played them, I could notice that they were almost unbeatable, both of them, because both of them had a very toxic gameplay style. And again, what the problem that this raises is that you can see that the balance is very based on Skirmish, and that is not good. That is certainly not good, because that means that Classic is just going to suffer quite a bit because of this. And I understand that Everguild is trying to push people to play Skirmish more and more, but that's not gonna happen because Skirmish, sure, it can be fun. Honestly, sometimes I enjoy playing it as well, but most people are here for the classic mode. So just trying to kill classic altogether, why don't you just remove it then? I don't even know. Like, I think that this is a very bad move, and I personally would like if they would separate the changes for Skirmish and Classic. And if they cannot separate changes like that, for example, like we know that sisters have sisters face functions differently in Skirmish, and Asmodai and Dark Angels in general require more procs for their secrets in Skirmish. So maybe they could also change stats for Skirmish. If they can't do that, they should just outright just ban these abusive cards in Skirmish. Maybe ban Erika in Skirmish. I don't know, or ban Sacred Rose in Skirmish. So I don't know why they think it's a good idea to tailor the whole game around the less popular game mode. In any case, I think that this had overall a very negative reaction from the community, and I really do hope that Everguild does rethink what they're doing about this, because this is not good. This is definitely not a good way or a good direction to take the game. There has been a lot of uproar about this, and I personally also think that this is not good. So you also tell me what you think. I'd like to hear what you guys think about all of this and what's your opinion going forward. So please leave a comment and let me know what your opinion on this is. Ecclesiarch out.